Yes, my dear students, now we are going to start one new chapter, that is understanding marginalization. First of all, dear students, what does it mean? The socially marginalized means, if you notice that while living in a society, we are having different types of people with us. You can say in your class also you are able to see different types of students, they are sitting in the class. Maybe they are having some different colors, are of having different height, caste, religion. So in a class, different type of people, they are studying together. So like this in Indian society also, because we are full of different people around us, because in India the different kind of people, they are living in different areas. They are of different eating habits, they are of different languages, different culture, different clothes they are having. So means we are different on many of the bases. So when we are belonging to some majority group, so that will be called as the majority community. Suppose we are belonging to the group where the people, they are less in number, so they are called as the minority community. So when that type of people, they just considered to be a low social status and viewed as being less human than others, means every time the majority group, they keep on humiliating that minority group, so that means the minority group are marginalized. So always the sense of difference and exclusion leads to communities not having access to resources and opportunities, and in their inability to assert their rights. So this experience a sense of disadvantage and powerlessness versus more powerful and dominant section of society who own land, are wealthy, better educated and politically powerful. Means the marginalized is seldom experienced in one sphere. That can be of different types. Maybe economic, means the people, they are rich or poor, so social differences are there on the basis of social, culture and political factors. All these they things, they work together in society, and the society, the people, those who are on somewhere feel less, so they are called as a marginalized. So in this chapter you will read about two communities that are considered to be socially marginalized in India. So here is one story. The Soma and Helen, they are watching the Republic Day parade with their grandfather. So they keep on discussing, look, about the Adivasis. So their Dadu, they, or the grandfather, they tell them, tell them that when he was very young, so he was living in a forest. So some of the people, they came to their houses and told them now they are not able to live in the forest, because the forest is the government property. So all the people, they have thrown out by the that contractor, or maybe the from the people, those who are hired by that contractor, those who came there, and the maximum trees, they were cut in that area, and all the people, those who are living in the forest at that time, they were thrown out from the forest. And what was happened at that time, it's a imaginative story, you can say, but the things which has been discussed here, they are very much real, because when the Britishers, they ruled over us, they also done the same thing with the Indians also, the people, those who are living in the forest at that time. So when the people from the forest, they were thrown out, so now they were having no place to live, no occupation they were having, and no land they were having to for the purpose of growing crops. So that person, those who are living in that forest area, they become the agricultural laborers, because up to that they don't have their fixed houses or land on which they can work. So the Dadu is telling their granddaughters, that they have to shift in a town, and they have suffered a lot during that time when they lost all of their livelihood and they were displaced. So after some time, the grandfather's son got the job and the things would be settled down, and later on, all the children, they were going to school and learning new things. Means a story is shown here of a tribal person, of a person who was living in a forest, that how much difficulties the family faced when they were thrown out from the forest. So now in this chapter we will read about the tribal people. You can say them Adivasis. So Adivasi, the term literally means original inhabitants. These are the communities who lived and often continue to live in close association with forest. Around 8% of Indian population is Adivasi. Here I want to mention the Adivasi were the tribal people, those who lived under in the forest. Many of the India's most important mining and industrial centers are located in Adivasis area. They are the Jamshedpur, Rourkela, Bokaro. These are the name of the places where the mostly Adivasis families they were living. And these places are also famous for our mining and industries also. So they are not a homogeneous population. They are over 500 different Adivasi groups in India, and mainly they lived in the states Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Andhra Pradesh. These are the areas where the maximum Adivasis group they live. A state like Odisha is a home of more than 60 different tribal groups. Sorry, in Odisha, they are the Adivasi societies. They are mostly the different because there is often very little hierarchy among them. This makes them radically different from the communities organized around principles of Jati Varna, or those who were ruled by the king. Why they were different from the rest of the society, dear students? Here the question arises, why they were because up to that time the tribals they only lived inside the forest. They settled their life inside. They were totally inside the forest. They were totally dependent on forest. Means when they were living in the forest, they don't need any person from the outside world to for managing the things. Like if they wanted to grow the crops, they just clean one piece of land, grow the crops there, live on that place for 2 or 3 years, then move to next place for the same process. So mostly tribals they follow the shifting cultivation, and they have their own practices and customs, because the tribal groups they live different from the society, and they don't want to mix with that society. That's why they were having different custom and practices also. They often involve the worships of their ancestors, village, and natural spirits, the last associated with residing in various sites in the landscapes, mountain spirits, river spirits, animal spirits, etc. They often worshipped at specific sacred groves within the village boundary, while the ancestral one was usually worshipped at home. Means they have their own god and goddesses for which they pray for them, or you can say worship for them. They have been influenced by different surrounding religions also, like Shakta, Buddhist, Vaishnav, Bhakti, Christianity simultaneously. And why this kind of effect was there? Because whenever they required any of the thing and they meet to the people outside the forest, so by this some cultural exchange was also there. Adivasi religions themselves have influenced dominant religion of the empires around them. Means they were totally dependent on their own religion. For example, the Jagannath cult of Orissa and the Shakti, and these are the name of the Adivasis those who are living there. And during the 19th century, substantial number of Adivasis converted to Christianity, which has emerged as a very important religion in modern Adivasis history. Adivasis, they have their some features with them because they have their own language, Santali, Bengali, some mixed languages were there. And has a significant body of publications including magazines on their internet or in the e-zines. Nowadays the things has been changed, but still they are following some of their separate customs and practices. But now they are having their own language magazines also. So there is a fixed image of the Adivasis. If we are talking about the Adivasis, so always feel that there are some kind of leaves on their heads, they are wearing some kind of colorful leaves on their body, and they are dancing with their spears and arrows, and they are shouting with their uh, sticks, and moving here and there, keep on creating loud voices, moving in the forest. Means such kind of conditions are there in our mind, but this is all stereotype, dear student. Stereotype, this you have read early in the 6th class also. It means to fix one's image in our mind. Whenever we are talking about the Adivasis or the tribals, because maximum people, they haven't seen the Adivasis in reality, means in jungles. Now we are able to see because they are living together in a same scenario, in a same society. But maybe with the color we are able to recognize them because they are of dark color. So but in forest area we are not, I think 95% of the people, they haven't seen the Adivasis there in jungles. So always there is a mind in our there is an image in our mind, and it is only because of the pictures that we have, or you can say the movies that we are seeing in our life. The pics, if I have seen from any of the magazines, or if any movie I have seen about the tribals and Adivasis, so always such kind of images there in our mind. So always we have a stereotype that they always look different from, because they are having the, because of different costumes, or as I've told you that they are wearing some headgear of leaves, uh, and they often wrongly leads to people believing that they are exotic, primitive and backward. Dear students, the Adivasis, they are blamed for the lack of advancement because they just don't want to change their ideas, but they are very good in accepting the new ideas. So we have not to fix any person image, and we have not to discriminate any of the people or the group. So dear student, this is all for the day, and next we will do in our next video.